I don't think there's one team that stands out particularly above the other. However, after watching Indiana the other day, down in Tennessee, like it was like, man, they are as talented as what we thought they were.
Why?
Because when you,
Tell me, explain to me why. Because
well,
I have some questions about that.
I just thought Malik Renew, watching him handle the ball in the open floor, attack the rim, being an offensive option at every spot on the floor. He was able to knock down threes, score a little bit inside, handle it in transition. I think Miles Rice is the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty high on that kid and what he's able to accomplish. Can they hit enough shots? I think. Yeah, I'm more of a believer in what Miles Rice potentially could be as a shooter, as opposed to what he's been at Washington State. Hasn't been a very high percentage guy there. I think he's going to be that at Indiana just because he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, and the shot's not broken. So, and then you have the ability to crash the offensive glass because you have beasts playing on that floor. All layup line team is Indiana. Like they look amazing coming out of the locker room. Are they going to be able to hit shots to go along with those big bodies?
Yeah. And they didn't
I
have
just
real one note. They didn't have Trey Galloway, Bryson Tucker, Ja'Kai Newton in that game, and they went into Tennessee and they beat up on Tennessee.
I have questions about Tennessee. Where's the scoring come from? But that's neither here nor there. I was more impressed with what Indiana was able to do because I just like their pieces. As you guys know, I was this close to picking Renew for my preseason Big Ten Player of the Year. Went Braden Smith for obvious reasons because he's phenomenal, but Renew is freaking really good. How's Mike Woodson do it, Fanta? That's my question. Like, is he able to bring these guys together over the course of 30 games? It's a big
Yes.
if. It's a big if.
Yes, because he has adults in the room. So I went to Indiana practice last week, and the practice session was rigorous and intense. And for those who are on the outside, developing any sort of narratives on Indiana basketball and what they think of the Mike Woodson era, look, the results I think Mike would admit need to be better because he wants to go on the NCAA tournament run, and he's got one tournament win in 3 years. But he really likes this team, and for good reason. They've got talent.
He's
And Mike
good, man.
Miles Rice and Mike Woodson have a great relationship. And on Sunday in Knoxville, Miles Rice had 20 points, 4 assists, no turnovers against Tennessee's defense.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got a point guard. They've got a point guard. And guys, I thought Umar Ballo was impressive on the TV screen. And then I saw him in person and I thought to myself, this man could eat me for lunch.
He is a large
He is
human.
huge.
He is huge, huge. And here's the interesting thing.
He fits the Big Ten so much better than the Big 12, too.
Bingo.
That if he would have stayed at Arizona. Go ahead.
Here's the interesting thing. He averaged about an assist a game last year at Arizona. They're using him as a passer. And I think he's got a shot to be, really good with that in the two-man game with Malik Renew. And they're going to play that two-man game. And there's going to be people that put pressure on the post. And so what this team comes down to is what I watched in practice. It comes down to when the double comes, can Kanan Carlisle knock down some shots? Now, Kanan's the type of guy who would knock down 4 in a row and then miss 3. So he's a bit of a streaky shooter. Can Mackenzie Mbako, who I think is maybe the total factor of this team because of the freshman year that he had, and now they want him to take this sophomore leap and be the pro prospect that he is, can he knock down shots even more reliably this year? He's going to get a lot more. He's going to get even more looks. And here's the interesting X factor to this team. Luke Goody. And here's why. In practice, watching him, the usage, right? The amount of shots he was getting made me think, sitting there watching, well, went through some injuries in his college career. But, Rob, he was on the same team as Terrence Shannon, Marcus Damask, and Coleman Hawkins. As I kind of got the jokes on the side, I went one-on-one with him. Great kid, Indiana fan growing up, very passionate. There were only so many shots to go around last year. And if you were not Hawkins, Shannon, or Damask, you weren't going to get them. He's going to get more shots in this offense. I do think. I know that we'll see. We need to see it to fully believe it. I really believe that Indiana can be the best team in this league on paper because the talent's there.
On paper, they are the best team in the league.
Yeah, I would say that they are the most talented team in this conference. The question that I had is, one, are they going to have enough shooters on the floor? And I don't know if we got that answer. They went 4 for 19 against Tennessee. We'll see. I would bet that they will be better than a
that's Tennessee though
28% 3-point shooting team. But again,
it's a hard sample.
Yeah, you got to make the shots though. Like Cannon Carlisle, Luke Goody, McKenzie, they got to make those shots when they get them. The other question I had was, one, are they going to play Ballo and Renew together? And two, if they do, will it work? And I think in the small sample size we've seen it might work. I think Malik is a little bit more well-rounded as a player than he was maybe a year ago, but we'll see. That's my big question there. I would say when I look at this league, I would say that the top tier is Indiana, Purdue, Illinois, UCLA, Oregon, and then I think you can make an argument for a Maryland, a Michigan State, and an Ohio State to potentially be there as well. And all of those teams I have question marks on. With Indiana, it's will the coaching be able to get the talent to where it needs to be, right? With Purdue, it's the opposite. Is there enough talent for that coaching to be able to get them to the point where they can go back and try to win this league again? Like I go ahead, Fanta.
Well, I just do think that I agree with the questions and whatnot. I could tell you guys, I feel like we all see this sport. We know what success looks like. I'm being really upfront here and saying this. Mike Woodson, the afternoon I was at the Indiana practice, it's one of the hardest practices I've ever seen. Ever. But here's the thing. He knows the group can handle it. He knows that Umar Ballo can handle it. He knows that Miles.
Hell, as much as you're paying, he ought to be able to handle it.
And that's a great point, Terrence. That's a great. What you see is what you got. That these guys aren't getting paid; they're making bank. Woody's hard on them but in a fun way. Like he's
been massaging egos for a long time. That's one thing. That's one thing about him. Like he's worked with the Knicks and had to deal with that whole media circus and then deal with those egos. If you remember some of those teams that he was coaching, like he's had to deal with egos. So I worry less about that. It's like the ever adapting thing that is the Big Ten and the coaching, and like it's tough. It's a big X's and O's things, but he has more than enough talent to win.
Yeah. And he admits that in our conversation, you got to be able to get it done both ways. You can't just have two traditional postmen and not be able to make shots. And a couple times in practice, a couple of the returnees were passing up shots. And Woody goes, shoot the damn ball. We need to make threes to have success. If they do that, so yeah, the setup's there.
If you haven't heard by now, we have partnered with BetMGM Sportsbook. We're going to be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we'll have special offers for the listeners and the viewers of the Field of 68 throughout the year. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, you can use bonus code FIELD, and you will get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. The best part, all you need to do is deposit and bet $10 of your own hard-earned money to be eligible. Here's how you make it work. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using that bonus code FIELD. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure that you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. BetMGM is going to have some fun offers available throughout the NBA playoffs. Bet insurance tokens, odds boost, and what I love, a nice parlay boost or two from time to time, as well as a ridiculous array of player prop bets for any sport that you could possibly imagine betting on. BetMGM is and always will be the king of the prop bet. So go download the BetMGM app, use the bonus code FIELD and sign up today. And while I've got you, a quick request. The best way to support the Field of 68 content that you get for free is to engage with us. Rate and review the podcast. Like and share the YouTube videos. Tell your friends about us. It all helps in a world where the algorithm is king. And now, back to the show.